December 24th, 1865. In the small town of Pulaski, Tennessee, a group of Confederate Army veterans gathered for what seemed like a casual meeting. But little did they know that this gathering would mark the inception of one of America's darkest and most infamous organizations, the Ku Klux Klan. What began as a simple social club was soon transformed into a movement defined by terror, violence, and a chilling ideology of white supremacy. The founding members, led by ex-Confederate officer Nathan Bedford Forrest, sought to adapt to a rapidly changing post-Civil War South. Originally imagined as an exclusive and secretive group dedicated to camaraderie, it wasn't long before bigger, more sinister ambitions emerged. Underneath its initial guise as a social organization lay an uncompromising resolve to fight the Reconstruction efforts that sought to rebuild the South and provide freedoms to newly emancipated Black Americans. At the heart of the Klan's transformation was its calculated use of fear. Early on, members adopted robes and masks to generate an air of mystery. They mimicked ghosts, claiming to represent the spirits of Confederate soldiers who had risen from the dead, initially engaging in what they called harmless pranks. This eerie theatrics quickly escalated into calculated acts of violence. The Klan became an instrument of terror, targeting freed Black Americans, white Republicans, and anyone supportive of Reconstruction. Their aim: to restore the racial hierarchy and suppress Black Americans from exercising new rights, particularly the right to vote. Lynchings, beatings, and arson became commonplace. For many Black communities across the South, the burning cross, a symbol co-opted by the Klan, served as a macabre announcement of their ominous presence. Their violent efforts actively sought to undermine federal government authority, which at the time was attempting to enforce newly established civil rights laws. Every act of terror was designed to send a resounding message. Even though the Confederacy had lost the war, white supremacy was not to be dismantled. What fueled the Klan's rapid growth and support was the resentment that many white Southerners felt towards the changing political and social dynamics. The bitterness over the South's defeat in the war turned into a movement of terror across the region. By the late 1860s, the Klan had reached its tentacles across the South, becoming a widespread force resisting Reconstruction. And yet, under increasing pressure from the federal government, including the Enforcement Acts of 1870 and 1871, the Klan officially disbanded in 1869, or at least on paper. Its influence, however, did not vanish. The ideology and tactics it pioneered were mimicked by subsequent white supremacist movements. Resurgences in the 20th century, particularly during the Civil Rights Movement, echoed the same chilling principles as those formed on that fateful December evening in Pulaski. The Ku Klux Klan's founding marked not just the birth of an organization, but the start of a bleak chapter in American history, symbolizing the enduring challenges in the fight for racial justice and equality. Keeping this history alive isn't about glorifying the past. It's about remembering it to ensure that such darkness is never repeated.